This is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. It's meant for the higher collective. Take what fits. If it doesn't resonate with you specifically, remember it could be, if you're with a significant other, it could reverse. But also look at your other sun rising or your rising signs, because that may fit you as well. But this is for the larger collective. So first, Capricorns, I appreciate you clicking on my YouTube channel, and greatly appreciate your support, and would really appreciate if you would click on the big three, which is hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification. Those will all help with the YouTube algorithms and help me with this channel. So I definitely appreciate it, and thank you in advance. I have already shuffled the cards here and asked the angels and spirit guides for guidance in this reading about sort of all areas that Capricorn needs to be, or will, or should be addressing, or may come up for you in the first 2 weeks of September 2020. And the order here, this is their past influences. So this is going to look at major issues that Capricorns were dealing with in the past, recent past. It could be the last 3 to 6 months. It could be something that you're finishing up right now. It's the overall influence. That has the impact on the present card right here of what's going on presently during this time frame. This is third card is your immediate future within this time frame of what, again, it could be on your future horizon. And the fourth card here are challenges, and the challenges are not things that are going to come up. It just, these are possibilities that could arise, and it's just being presented to you to so that if you see it happening, you can prevent it and nip it in the bud and get through it a lot smoother. And then finally, our fifth card here is our outcomes for things that have been involved or with you, Capricorn. So with that, we shall start. Here we have the, oops, let me see. We have the Five of Swords. If you can see that there. So with the Five of Swords, I'm picking up with this card that for many Capricorns, probably in your recent past, give or take that 3 months, or some may have had a falling out or a disagreement or some sort of conflict. And some Capricorns are walking away with a sense of sadness and a loss. And I'm picking up that some Capricorns are perhaps upset and resentful of sort of an argument that took place, and perhaps a Capricorn, you may have said some things that you wish you could take back, and it's sort of presented sort of a bad blood between whoever this argument took place, whether it was a work or family or friend or spouse or whoever. But I'm picking up that Capricorn, I'm picking up Capricorn, you may have been right in whatever this disagreement was, and it's good to good to feel right. But what this card is, I'm picking up here, the energy of this I'm picking up here for some Capricorns is that perhaps you went too far, and what you're sort of feeling right now is that it's good to be right, but if you've alienated everybody or certain people along the way, that's perhaps what you're feeling. You're feeling that people are treating you differently, and at this point, it doesn't really matter if you were right. It's what was the outcome of and sort of the consequences of such. And I'm picking up for some Capricorns that you're just having a difficulty sort of keeping pace with that, and keep in sort of some people may have lost faith in you. Perhaps they're keeping their distance, or that's what you're feeling. And Capricorn, you have to decide here in your past that whether their point of view is important to you or not, and is the relationship in jeopardy. And perhaps some Capricorns had to reach a compromise, or you're thinking about a compromise to prevent that from occurring. As I said, this card basically says for Capricorn, if you won the argument and you were the victor, and you may be realizing or have been realizing that perhaps you lost more than what you won, and that winning this argument or this battle or whatever you want to call it, may have cost it some dignity, may have isolated you from other people. People might be seeing you differently, and perhaps some Capricorns were feeling more difficulty in expressing people perhaps don't care that you were right. It's the process of how you got there is sort of what I'm picking up. And being right may put some of your relationships in jeopardy. So again, this card shows here that if that's affecting you and that's how you're feeling, Capricorn, this card is a chance to have a compromise. It's if you want to get over that feeling and it's more important to mend bridges, then this card is saying do it. Compromise, step out there, take the leap of faith, and you'll be a bigger winner if you do. So for Capricorns in your past influences, the Five of Swords is basically telling you to pick your battles. And you may be tempted to win every fight, but this one is saying, it's not necessary to win every fight. Pick what is important, and other times just compromise or let things go, because you're going to damage yourself or the relationships if you choose to be right all the time. So again, you don't have to win every disagreement. It's because it's going to cost you, and this is sort of saying that perhaps that's what has happened to some Capricorns in this recent past here, and perhaps you're just slowly getting over it. Some Capricorns may have been engaged in some sort of conflict. That's really what this card is telling me in their past, and for some it may be taking its toll. And this card is an invitation to apologize to, if that will ease your soul, so to speak. It's telling me that Capricorn, if you are sort of in that brooding phase here, that the longer you sort of brood, and the more you try to prove you're right, the more challenging your relationships are going to be. So it's advising that sometimes it's better to say, we're wrong, and to make amends. And this is the card to do it, because it's saying that the outcome for you will be much stronger if you sort of back down a little bit and compromise. So if this is affecting you, this is an opportunity, and you're still sort of having the residue of this. This is saying, if you want to put this behind you, truly behind you, and close the door, it is about compromising and apologizing and seeing the bigger picture, not necessarily that you're right. So as we go into our present, this card, we have the Moon. Ooh, so we have a major arcana card here, and we all typically know the Moon can do some strange things to us when we've had some full moons back in August. So here in your present, the Moon, Capricorn, is going to represent your fears and sort of illusions. And when this card comes out here, it's for some Capricorns, it's telling me that you may be perhaps projecting fear into your present and your immediate future, and perhaps that's because of some past experiences that you've had, and you're maybe having some painful memory about some sort of emotional distress, and this card is telling me that for some Capricorns, instead of dealing with it, you may have just pushed it down and sort of not dealt with it, and now it's sort of come to surface. So this card is about emotions, and it's about, and when you don't deal with things effectively, the Moon will make them reappear later. And for some Capricorns, perhaps something that you haven't dealt with effectively is being triggered, and the Moon here is basically saying you need to deal with it, and it's not going to go away on its own, and avoidance is not going to help you. The Moon is encouraging you to stand tall and address it, and you will get through this. So the Moon here is offering you, Capricorn, a ticket or a remedy, if you want to call it, to connect with your subconscious mind and release any fears and anxieties that you might be holding back. Perhaps some Capricorns may want to invest in going to see somebody for hypnosis or therapy or some sort of healing process that can help support this. If you need to look at those alternatives, look at them. But I'm picking up here in this reading here, Capricorn, that the Moon card can indicate uncertainty and illusion for some of you, and perhaps again some of those Capricorns are feeling that with these new moons that sort of are carrying over from September or from August into September, where nothing seems what it really is. So this card also advises you to be careful of making fast decisions, Capricorn. when the moon appears, because you may later realize that you only had half the truth of information, and to make an informed decision here. So and you realize that later you didn't get all the information. So this card is asking to take pause, that to want you to assure, to listen, and to trust your intuition, to think that that you're seeing all the facts, not going by assumptions or what certain people say. This is about you'll do better if you are patient and get all the facts. It encourages. I'm picking up here that it's encouraging Capricorns that feel your way into situations rather than thinking about thinking what they mean. I'm feeling here that they're asking you to let go of your self-conscious or your subconscious and sort of mental blocks, and any negative self-talk, and allow your intuition to guide you, and your dreams and intuition here, Capricorn, will lead you to bigger and better things, and reward you at higher levels for that. So that's what I have pick up for your present. And now in our immediate future, we have the Four of Wands. So now we have this card. As you can tell, the person looks like they're dancing here. This is it's telling me in your future you're going to have a joyful celebration. You're going to be feeling blissful. You're going to be experiencing happiness, and you're in appreciation for some good things in life. So this is saying that your future is going to be bright. It's telling me that for some Capricorns that you may be wanting to attend a homecoming or a reunion, or get together with family, or people that have significant past that you've been sort of wanting to get together, or seeing the importance to get together. And the idea is to sort of relax, and who knows if you'll be able to get it approved on a local level because of COVID-19. But you could be creative in how you want to get sort of these significant, whether it's Zoom or some kind of video phone video system. Just be creative, and you can still get people together to communicate and experience things, and you are going to put on your creative mind to get that done. For Capricorns, when the Four of Wands here shows up, it also has a lot to do with your home environment. So some Capricorns maybe work or rework or starting to a new project for home improvement, or renovating your house, or perhaps if you're looking for one, you're going to be close to finding one. And for some Capricorns, perhaps if you recently sort of purchased a home, and you're going to be moving in soon. So there's a sense of stability here as well. For Capricorn, the Four of Wands tells you, Capricorn, that after a period of you had this rapid growth, and there was lots of expansion more recently, that you're going to be experiencing the energy of three wands. Basically, this is it's saying this card encourages you, Capricorn, not to be a workaholic, to take time to rest, to get your sleep, drink plenty of water, take care of yourself, because you're going to be, if you're enjoying what you're doing, you're going to be putting wanting to put in extra time on your project. But it's also saying find balance, and don't go overboard and burn yourself out here. So this is if you're working on a project, you're going to be able to reach an important milestone here. If you wrapped up a project, the Four of Wands represents that you have gratification and feeling proud of yourself to be able to do that. So that's a wonderful. Now, in our immediate sort of challenges, I don't know if you have any challenges here. You have the Ten of Cups, and we know the Ten of Cups is an abundance. It embodies happiness and joy and emotional contentment, and particularly in your relationships and family. So some Capricorns, you perhaps have created that abundance of love and happiness in your life. There's a new person in your life, or something that's bringing a cherished memory, or something positive, and you're reminiscing about such. This is a time that you're going to be wanting to show appreciation and support of one another. So if someone's burning themselves out now, it's be patient with them, and try to find out why. take their time to, you know, reach out and help others to get through this, you know, this COVID-19 phase, basically. You know, that the Ten of Cups here represents, you know, the happy family card, essentially. And perhaps, you know, for Capricorns, there may be talks about getting your family together, and, you know, if you've had some tension within your immediate families, kinships, that this card is saying things will work out for the better, and that, you know, don't worry about anyone fighting or getting along, that if you get a group together, it's going to be good. People are going to do well, and they're going to be cohesive. And if an event is coming up, it's going to be a positive family event, and family could be whoever you determine as your family. You know, that the Ten of Cups here, Capricorn, encourages you to follow your heart and trust your intuition. And, you know, if you do that, it will lead you to opportunities that, you know, sort of embody that. And, you know, the idea is that when something feels fantastic, do more of it, and remember the laws of attraction. You got to feel good about it and look for the happiness in things, and, you know, good things will follow. And so be sure that you're, you know, manifesting your approaches correctly, because you might get something that you don't want. But, you know, again, you know, do your homework when you're manifesting, and ask for the good things, and hopefully, you know, this card is gonna, these cups are gonna run us over here. You know, so again, the Ten of Cups here, Capricorn is encouraging you, and if you are reached with challenges, to, you know, follow your heart and trust your intuition, and by trusting your intuition will lead you to opportunities, and unite with somebody to help you along the way. So it also says that if you have an opportunity to seek a mentor, or someone who can, you know, give you some feedback, or a sounding board, to take advantage of that as well, so that you can get a different set of perspectives with that, and you, Capricorn, will have a great endeavor there in your if it doesn't look much challenges are going to come up. And finally, in our outcomes, we have the Five of Pentacles. So, you know, of interest, when the Pentacles shows up in the number 5, it can signify sort of financial loss and poverty. So, you know, here you're doing really well, and we got to figure out why this card's here. And I think, let's see, why is this card here? Angel and Spirit Guides. Why is it here? Give me more times. I'm picking up that perhaps this financial prosperity that you may have felt is being muddied here a little bit, because it may have come at a price, and because perhaps, you know, you might be feeling beat up a little bit, and or cautious, and or there was a family disagreement about something, and you know, this is saying that, you know, you can get through it. Don't focus on these sort of things right now, is what I'm picking up from that card. Don't make a mountain of a molehill, so to speak. This is a signifying, you know, of perhaps what's Angel Spirit Guides. What are you trying? Hang on. What are you trying to tell me? Okay. Isolated. Okay. I'm picking up that for some Capricorns, there was a feeling to want to be isolated because there's artillery up here, and I don't know where that came from. But if there are, you know, other Capricorns who are getting together, then this is an opportunity, and jump on it. If you're hearing about it, it's meant for you. You know, that the universe is probably telling you to connect. So let's see. It also tells me that, you know, it's about cleaning up messes, I guess. That's what I'm sort of picking up here. That if you have some unfinished business anywhere that you've sort of been putting off, even if you think it is mutual, it's saying that you need to go professional, and this is about the last time, you know, you'll get through this. It's again, it goes back to that, you know, Capricorn, if you find yourself, you know, winning an argument at the cost of relationships, the card is here, even in your outcome, is reminding you to sort of swallow your pride and let go of your fear of rejection, and reach out to other people, and you will get your, you know, swan song filled, and you'll get a bit different perspective than what was there. So, but you have to change your perspective, and you have to be willing to let go and forgive if that's applicable to you. So, it's telling me, Capricorn, that there are people here to support you. You might have to look for them, but they're there, and if as long as the pandemic sort of isolation things still take place en masse, that be safe and connect, and you'll do well. It's telling me that, Capricorn, you're looking for other people with a like mindset. So if you're hanging around individuals who are sabotaging your creative idea, this is the time to change that and to focus on people who are closest to you, or use their ideas to build up their own strength here. But don't rely on theirs, and don't let other people's ideas sabotage whatever you're doing. So this is about, if you have a lack of mindset that you're going to succeed, it's going to be on the other side of the coin, in that you are going to succeed, and the universe is watching you right now, and they feel that you are going to succeed. It's just, you have to believe it. So Capricorn, the key here to anything and a good manifestations is you have to let go of fear, and you have to believe you have the money, and you just have to get through the first career. And other than that, I will leave you with Doug, your Capricorn. Dugouts, I don't know how that came out. I'll leave you with Capricorn, that it's about laws of attraction, and remember that if you're not familiar with laws of attractions, look it up. But keep the happy thoughts, believe in what you're doing. Focus on happy thoughts, even if you're dealing with conflict with other people. Don't let that ruin your vibration. And that you can have that. Don't worry if it happens, but laws of attraction is, you got to refocus as quickly as you can. As a negative thing comes in, or negative interaction, you've got to focus on something that's happy. Go outside and be happy for the trees. Be happy that the universe is watching over you. Be happy about the flowers, and just sort of look around you outside and find things that make you happy, and that will change and shift that vibration from going into negativity. Because once it starts going negative, then it's going to be looking for anything negative and attracting that. So be careful and be mindful about your experiences, and you'll be fine. So with that, my Capricorns, thank you so much. I hope it does resonate with you. If it doesn't, please let it go. And I appreciate you logging onto this channel, and I would really appreciate it, again, if you will support the big three by clicking on the like button, by clicking on the notification bell, and clicking on the subscribe. It will help me with this channel and my passion. So again, Capricorn, have a wonderful first 2 weeks of September 2020. Thank you so much. Enjoy.